Hello, man. This is Nemo. Hmm. I just wanted to address a few things here. Um, these both are in relation to Traversable's last broadcast. So first and foremost, Traversable. Uh, Fuck that, Joe. First and foremost, I understand grammar and the English language. I was an English major. I read frequently, so I understand where you were coming from, and maybe what my big beef was, and this is, of course, the most trivial of the 2 points, was either when you're trying to say I've seen, you just said I seen. I, as in just I, as in you, I seen. Maybe that was just a mistake in pronunciation, or maybe I wasn't picking up on the subtle contraction of the I've seen. So there is point number one, and that is a very trivial point. Um, but coincidentally with that, yeah, I really don't have a problem with you. I enjoy your content, and I really don't give a fuck who doesn't like you. I know Jamie for a fact does not like you, but he and I are still friends. Um, we talk all the time, and I really don't think he would hold against me that I enjoy your content. So that's out of the way. And secondly, yes, I am a young man. I am 34 years old. Um, but that does not mean that I have not seen things myself. That does not mean I have not had stressors. Now, I'm only contributing right now because I feel like you are saying things directly to me as well as Jamie. Let me just lay down some things that I've seen, some things that I have been through in my relatively short life. I've seen my ex-wife's fist barreling towards my face and soon connecting with it. I have seen myself bash my own head into the wall of the house that we shared because I just couldn't deal with the fighting. I have seen my share of long days at work coming home to long nights of fighting up until 2 hours before I have to go back to work on zero sleep. I have seen myself lose a job that I had for nearly 5 years due to the constant bickering with my now ex-wife. I have seen a knife barreling towards me as I'm being run out of my own house while fighting. I have seen the bottom of a whiskey bottle while I'm sitting outside contemplating what the fucking point of my marriage and my life was. I have seen a lot more than you will ever give me credit for. And that's not to discount anything you or any other man has seen. But don't assume because of my age that I have not seen my fair share of shit. That I have not been forced to eat a shit sandwich. I have been forced to see the power shut off at my house when my son was not even a year old in winter, and had to make my own sacrifices of my shit to get the power turned back on. I've seen a refrigerator depleted of groceries with 4 people in the household to feed. I have lost another job right after the job that I lost because of the same fucking reasons. I've seen some shit. Uh, so, inadvertently, you have made the same sort of assumptions about me that you believe we have made of you. So, how is it okay? How is that disparity fine? How is that disparity any bit of okay? You know, I had a whole laundry list of things in my brain to go over, but my hardships are trivial. Everyone's hardships are trivial in the long run because there will always be someone who's gone through more shit. I mean, you yourself, your ex-wife tried to poison you. So automatically you've gone through a higher severity of bullshit than me. But I've also seen myself looking at an open knife, trying to decide whether I'm going to plunge it down at my wrist or not because my wife decided to leave me. 5 fucking years ago, long fucking time ago, when I was 29. I remember sitting at a park. It didn't really have much for hiking trails, which I love. I love a good hiking trail. But I had this little place. I called it my quiet place. Okay, it was a bit of this tiny little gravel trail by the Ohio River that led to just this little creek that would flow through this park that would empty into the Ohio. And there was a small waterfall there. And I would spend hours sitting on these little rocks and staring down into this creek and contemplating whether or not it was worth staying living or not, or what could I do at that juncture. Do I do it? Do I take the big plunge into kicking my own air addiction and taking the long dirt nap, or do I continue on? And ultimately I power through because I have a son, and being a good father is important to me, and being there to hopefully dissuade him from the same things that got me in trouble, down the line. But every man has his own amount of bullshit he's gone through. And even Jamie has stories you wouldn't believe if you would give him the time of day to tell the stories. If you two could, put the dogs on the leash and put them back, behind the scratch lines so that you all can hash things out like men. But, that's up to you. That's up to both of you. I'm not going to call either of you a name for not doing, the thing that I believe is rational, because that's my belief. That's my own belief. And I can't project that onto anyone else. That's for the grown men to decide and choose. A man chooses. A slave obeys. Now, kill me, would you kindly?